In a small village, a donkey fell in a hole. The men gathered and tried to do everything they can to get the donkey out of the hole. They tried ropes, they tried with sticks, they tried all the available methods, but they just couldn't get the donkey out. And the animal is suffering, the animal is in pain, and they realize that there's nothing they can do to help the donkey. The only solution is to stop the animal suffering and to bury it. So they grab some shovels and they start pouring the earth over the donkey. And then something amazing happens. Guys, stand up for me. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Now they say the head can only absorb what your butt can take, right? So we need to do a quick stretch, right? Stretch, 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 right? Do whatever you need to stretch. Pull your underwear out of your butt. Lift your arms up, lift your arms up, lift your arms up. Stretch, 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 yes? Great. Now when I come back, my team is going to ask how the speaking went. And now without lying, I can say they adored me. So you guys can grab a seat, grab a seat, grab a seat. My name is Gediminas, and today I want to share with you how to build an international team using social media. For the last 12 years, me and my beautiful wife Rita have been building our business all over the world. In UK, in Lithuania, in Germany, in Africa, in the United Arab Emirates, in the USA, and we are constantly looking to expand our business and using online methods. Right now, my next destination is definitely Turkey, right? I love the conditions here, and I definitely want to start building a team here. But building business on social media and expanding your business using social media internationally has become so much easier. I remember when we first got started years ago, if you wanted to build in Kenya, you had to get on an aeroplane and fly to Kenya, right? That was not easy and that was not cheap, I tell you that. But now there are much better strategies and resources and tools that you can use. So, let's have a look what's working now. Now, first of all, best known is better than best. I don't care how great your product is, how amazing your business opportunity, or how fantastic a person you are. If nobody knows about you, you ain't selling anything. You ain't attracting anybody to your team. Before you are in your product business, before you are in your business opportunity business, first of all, you're in attention business. So first thing you need to do is get people's attention. You need to be visible, right? Where attention goes, that's where people's money flow, right? Think about it. What are the most successful companies in the world? What are the richest people in the world? These are the people who command attention. Think about the people like Oprah Winfrey. She's one of the richest women in the world. Why? Because a lot of people are looking at her, isn't it? So the more attention you can drag onto yourself on social media, the quicker your business can grow. Now, social media is the fastest way to build your international team because you don't even have to leave your home to start building your team. Now, I don't have to relocate to Istanbul to start building my team in Turkey. I can do all of that online, and that's why it's so effective. And of course, it's the most cost-efficient way. Because you don't have to travel, you don't have to spend money on fuel, you don't have to spend money on hotels, and you can actually build a business in a duplicatable way. Now, how many of you could afford to fly to another country and build a business there? How could you buy a ticket, right? How many of you couldn't afford? How many of you wouldn't raise your hand no matter what I say? Alright. So, most of you probably could afford to fly to another country and build your business there. However, can all of your team members do that? Probably not, right? So you want to build a business in a way that's duplicatable. They say in network marketing, it is important not what works, but what duplicates. What can your team repeat? What can your team duplicate what you do? If you do something that attracts a bunch of people, but nobody in your team can repeat that, nobody can duplicate that, That's not very good for the growth of your business. So let's have a look at some things why social media is such a great place. And we have this unprecedented reach. You know, it took radio and television something like 50 years to get millions of users. Well, now social media gets that in months or years. And more and more people are coming onto these platforms, and these are potential customers. These are potential business partners. These are the potential fans that can like, comment, share, and help you grow your business. By the way, now we have a third type of person we're looking for. Up until social media, we used to look for what? Customers. We used to look for team members, right? But now there's a third group, and these are fans. People who might never buy a product from you or might never do your business, but they will support you on social media by sharing your posts, by liking, by commenting, by encouraging you, right? And this way, it will help you to reach even more people. So, I recommend to be on at least 4 platforms. And as you saw on the previous slide, it's called Fitty, right? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. These are the 4 biggest platforms, and I do recommend to be on several platforms. That means you want to build a business that is multi-platform business. How many of you had your Facebook profile blocked or know somebody who had their profile blocked? Right? A lot of people get that. Now imagine if all of your business is on Facebook. Imagine if everything you do on social media is just on Facebook and your profile gets blocked. Well, it's game over, right? You can't build your business anymore, right? Overnight, your business stops. And I know people who had their profiles hacked. I know people whose identities were stolen, and so on. So when you build your business on multi-platform, that means you are spreading the risk, right? You probably heard about spreading the risk when you're investing money, right? Well, this is also spreading your risk. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and one of those profiles gets shut, you still got 75% of your business left, and you can carry on growing until you get your profile back. So, I want to share with you a very, very simple daily method of operation. We've heard Martin earlier on talking about consistency, about the importance of doing things regularly, right? Doing things over and over and over again. Because nobody can get rich quick. Nobody's going to get famous overnight. You know, unless you do something nuts on social media, you're probably not going to get famous overnight. But you can build that huge audience. So number one is using your product daily and publicly. You see, one of the fastest ways of getting customers, of getting people curious about you on social media is showing them. Not telling them, but showing them what you do, right? Because nowadays the customer is smart. They see through fake very quickly. So you want to be the product of your product and use your product publicly. How can you do it so that your audience sees how you're taking those food supplements in the morning? How can you do it so that your audience sees how you're using that hair oil, right? By the way, one of my favorite products. And how can you get all the people see how you're using your products? That will raise the curiosity and it will get people interested in actually trying your products too. Number 2, 50 contacts per day. We just heard a fantastic presentation about communication on social media. How important it is to communicate with people. Now, how many of you don't really like messaging strangers on social media? How many of you really hate messaging cold prospects? Right? Like people who you don't even know, right? I know a lot of people don't like that. I know a lot of people will do anything so that they wouldn't have to reach out to cold prospects, reach out to strangers. But let me ask you a question. How many of you like FM World? If you didn't raise your hand, the door is there. How many of you are grateful for the person who invited you to this business? Maybe it was a friend, maybe a relative, maybe somebody messaged you on social media. Now, if you like FM World, if you're grateful for the person who invited you, why wouldn't you do the same to others? Why wouldn't you invite other people? So every time you get a team member saying, oh, I'm scared of messaging people, oh, I'm uncomfortable reaching out to people that I don't know, just explain in this that there are people who are praying right now for a better opportunity to come to the house, who want to put more food on the table, who want to give better life to their children, and you have the tool to solve that problem for them. You have that better life that you can offer to them. And every time when you choose not to send that message, not to reach out to that person, you're robbing them of this amazing opportunity. You're taking that potential away from them because you prejudge it, because you think they won't be interested, because you think they might respond badly or whatever. That is all in your head. You can help people, so how many people can you help? The more, the better. Number 3, 1 live broadcast a day. Now those of you who didn't raise your hand if you hate messaging people, you can now raise your hand if you hate doing live broadcast. Who hates live broadcast? Who hates public speaking in total? Right? Okay. Now let me ask you a different question. Who in here would like to be an influencer? What does it mean to be an influencer? It means when you recommend something, people listen to your recommendation. When you tell people to buy something, they go and buy that thing. How many of you would like to have that type of influence to your audience? When you say something, they do what you say, they listen to what you tell them. Great. Well, let me give you a very simple influencer formula. In order for you to have influence on your audience, they have to watch 7 hours of your video content in 30 days. That is 15 minutes Facebook Live every day for the next 30 days. Would it be worth doing 30 videos in a row in order to have that influence, in order to be able to sell more, in order to be able to recruit more? I literally made hundreds of thousands of pounds using Facebook Live alone. And my best strategy, the best formula that I can give you for doing Facebook Lives is useful information plus an advertisement, plus an offer, or like what we like to call to action, right? Now, most people will have a product and say, well, I'm going to go buy and advertise this product. Hello, everybody, this is Evermore perfume. It has 20% concentration, and, right? And they wonder, why is nobody buying me? Why is nobody messaging me, right? Because let me ask you a question. When you're watching TV and an ad comes on, what do you do? Right? You go to the toilet, you go for a cigarette, you go make a cup of tea, right? You definitely not sitting there going, oh goodness, it's advertising, let's watch this advertising. Can't wait to see what they've got to sell me. Right? You don't do that. So same thing on social media. If you come on and straight away you want to advertise, people are not going to listen. They're just going to ignore your advertising. But if you give them useful information and then give them an offer, and now there's a thing called Challenger Sale. And by the way, it's a good book I would recommend to read. It's called Challenger Sale. About how they can solve their problem, about how they can improve their life, etc. So instead of taking a bottle of water, a bottle of perfume, or a food supplement, and saying, let me sell you this, instead, do a Facebook Live with 10 tips why it's good to drink water. Or 7 tips why you need collagen. Or 8 tips why this particular blush, or whatever. You get where I'm going with this? You're sharing useful information, and then at the end of that video you say, and by the way, if you'd like to lose weight, I have a fantastic product that can help you. So you go live, not saying, hey, have a look at my Slim Body system. You go live saying, hey, in this video I'm going to show you 10 tips how to lose weight faster. And at the end of that video, you give them a call to action. Now you might say, oh, very well, Gediminas, well, where am I going to get all of these tips? Right? How many of you are thinking of that? Where am I going to get all of those tips? Where am I going to get all of that information? So write down this website. I know Archie gave some good websites. I'm going to give a really, really good website where you can find a lot of these tips. Really, really easy. Are you writing it down? It's O-O-G, you heard of that one? Yes, Google, that's right. You go Google and you type in weight loss tips, hair tips, skincare tips, etc. And you will find all of these tips. You will find blogs, articles, etc. You get the tips, and then you do a lot. Number 4, 1 reel and TikTok a day. Now, how many of you know that TikToks and reels work on a different algorithm than everything else on social media? Did you guys do that? Like when you make a post on your social media, only your friends see that, and only a small portion of your friends. You know that? Now when you make a reel or a TikTok, the entire world sees that. Like you can have 500 friends on Facebook, but make a 1-minute reel, and that reel can reach 10,000 people, 50,000 people, 100,000 people. Some of you had that already happen to you, right? It works on a different algorithm. So today, that is the most effective way to reach a big audience. 1-minute videos, short 1-minute videos that will help you reach a big audience. Number 5, 1 story. How long does the story last?
24 hours.
24 hours, right? So you should put one every day, right? Every single day. And of course, the more the merrier, but at least 1 per day. And show your life. Document your life. Document what's going on in your life. Number 6 is a follow-up. Reaching out to people who you already spoke to. Go through your friends list. I bet you have people on your friends list, hundreds of people who you haven't spoken to in a while. Who could become your customers? Who could become your team members? Who could become your friends, right? Or you might have a conversation with them and see, well, they're neither. And you might need to delete them from your friends list, right? So you can improve your algorithm. By the way, all of these things will help you to improve your social media algorithm so that more posts are visible to other people. Even the private messages you send, even if the person didn't buy from you, even if they didn't join your team, they will see more of your posts once you had a couple of messages with them than if you didn't. Number 7, strategic commenting. Give what you want to receive. Comment on other people's posts. Encourage other people. Put love hearts on other people's posts, and they will return the favor. Especially before you go live, you can warm up your social media by doing that. Also, share your content into other people's groups. If you made a post on your profile or on your business page, you can share it to other groups. You can share it to other places so that you reach more people. And then finally, educational interviews. You can interview other people, like your customers, like your team members, like your team leaders, right? And again, having other people with you on a video will increase the views, and also they can say things about you that you couldn't say about yourself. I couldn't come up here and go, well, I'm Gediminas, and this and that and the other, right? But somebody else can come with me and go, well, this guy's awesome. Join his team. Find his product. It's really amazing, right? So you can do the same thing, obviously, to your team members, and your team members, your leaders, can do that for you. Now, of course, all of that should be followed by personal development. Now, I know personal development is not a social media strategy, but how many of you had days where you lack motivation? How many of you had days when you don't want to do anything at all? Let's face it, like if you don't really have your life, well, other things to do, right? We all have those days. But, you know, motivation doesn't last. You see, Gediminas, motivation doesn't last. Yeah, the same way how the shower doesn't last. That's why you need to go to shower every single day. The same thing with personal development. You have to do personal development every day. Reading books, watching videos, listening to audiobooks, etc. Over the last 3 or 4 years, I've done over 3,000 live broadcasts, live videos. And people go to me, oh my God, Gediminas, how do you never run out of things to talk to? Right? Talk about. How do you never run out of topics? How do you never run out of ideas? Very simple. Because I keep investing in myself. The more I read, the more I learn, the more I spend time in conferences like this. I've got half a notebook already. I'm going to steal all of these guys' ideas, and I'm going to do lives about them. I'm going to make posts about them, right? To reach even more people. So, get your phones out. Quickly, get your phones out. How are we doing with time? We okay? We're nearly there. You got your phones out? You got your phones out? Okay. What I want you to do is do a photo. You can do a selfie. You can do a photo of the room. You can do a photo of the stage. And then I want you to make a post. And that post is going to be a curiosity post. Do you know what a curiosity post is? It raises people's curiosity. So you're going to write these words. Today, I am learning how to turn my social media into a money-generating machine and my phone into a cash point. Today, I am learning how to turn my social media into a money-generating machine and my phone into a cash point. Well, that will raise some curiosity with your audience. So always remember, you want to raise curiosity. You want to raise curiosity. While you're here, you should be documenting everything. You should be documenting what you're doing, the parties you're going, the people you're meeting, and posting that on social media and raising your audience's curiosity. What is she doing? What business is that? What products are that? How is she making that money? So, back to the donkey. How many of you remember the donkey? Right. So the men decide to bury the donkey. So they take shovels and they start shoveling the ground, shoveling the earth on top of the donkey. But something amazing happens. As they put the ground on the donkey shakes, drops the ground down, and steps on the ground. They put more earth on the donkey, it shakes off, steps on the ground, until the donkey comes out of the hole. The ground, the earth they wanted to use to bury it, it used it to free itself from the hole. What's the lesson here? On your way to success, you will experience a lot of failures. You will experience a lot of problems. You will get some haters on social media who will write, oh, this person is a scammer, don't join the business. Use all of that as that donkey. Shake it up, step on it, and build your success on all of those misfortunes. My wish for you is to have a